Hey guys, what's going on? This is Meredith with No Time for Wait. How is everybody out there doing? I know it's 7:40 in the afternoon. I have some information that I would love to share with you. And I told y'all I'll be back on here with the NutriVerse, okay? But I want to give you some information because guess what? It is allergy season. And I may have some help for you, some relief. All right. So I'm just going to basically go over some things that can help, certain vitamins, and some things that can help with allergy relief. And as you know, a lot of asthmatics get a lot of allergy triggers. So I'm also going to focus on asthmatics as well. I am a registered nurse. I have been practicing for 6 years. I mostly did pediatrics, and I've also traveled. I now do community health and preventive services. So I am all the way excited when I'm able to share information, not just with the people that I encounter on a daily basis, that I educate in the communities and in public, but I also like to share that information with you. So let's get this started now. Anything that I'm telling you as far as with our NutriVerse, I'm not making any medical claims. I will never make any medical claims that you can be cured of any diagnosis. What I can, hey Latrice, what I can do is offer you some help with your symptoms, some things that can possibly help you with your symptoms. Okay, so let's just start just with allergies, okay? Now, everybody knows that around this time is allergy season. And during this season, there are some things that can flare it up, such as pollen, your dust, your mold, even rats, mice, okay? But those are just some things that can flare it up. And a lot of asthmatics, believe it or not, they get those triggers just from the pollen, the dust, the mold, and some other things that also cat dander, dog dander, things like that. What's up, Jay? Hey, Ben. So if you're not familiar with asthma, I know plenty of people that are asthmatics, and it is a very, very hard respiratory, I wouldn't say a disease, but it is a very hard respiratory ailment. And basically with asthma, there is a constriction of airway. And for those of you who do not understand about asthma, I don't have asthma personally. And yes, Latrice, actually, I did this as, I am doing this for you. Okay, so I wanted to give you some information because I told you I was going to tell you some more juicy stuff about NutriVerse and how it has obviously helped you with your asthmatic symptoms, no meds for 6 months, I think, over 6 months now with no meds since NutriVerse. And thanks to some of this powerful vitamins that you have been taking and some of those other minerals and leafy green vegetables. Hey Nisi, how you? Some of those things you have been taking has actually helped to keep those triggers at bay. So basically with asthma, there's a constriction of the airway which causes the wheezing. Okay, so basically in your lungs, you have a lung. It looks like a tree. Okay, it comes from here and then it branches out. Right at the bottom, there's some very small we call them alveoli, and I'm trying to break it down into layman's terms because sometimes I can get medical and I can't shut it off, so I'm sorry. But there are some very small little, it looks like little balls at the bottom of your lungs. And what happens is from the bottom little balls up until the tree trunk, it starts to do this, okay? And those triggers is what causes inflammation. And also inflammation is directly related to muscle contraction of the lungs, okay? Because there are muscles in those your airway that allows you your lungs to do this during the course of your day. And so what happens with an asthmatic is that the lungs get so inflamed that they literally start to close. And then when you hear the wheezing, which is what I usually hear through my stethoscope, is that I hear this thing, it sounds like a whistle, okay? And once I start to hear it outwardly, it becomes a major problem, okay? It's almost an emergency for an asthmatic. And so that wheezing is what we typically hear in asthmatic. And so what we do in the medical world is we give you a bronchodilator, which many of you are familiar with albuterol. Okay, so we have albuterol, which are bronchodilators. We also have apotropium bromide. That's another dilator. And what we also tend to give asthmatics are steroids. Okay, so the steroids, basically what the steroids do is they go down into the lungs, all the way down to those little balls, and they begin to do this. Okay, they start to decrease the inflammation in the lungs. And then what happens is that once you start to take your albuterol, is that it helps to get all the way down into those little balls, okay? And so that is the process of when you take steroids, when you get prednisone, and then they give you the albuterol. So most of you take a prednisone daily, and then you take albuterol treatments during the course of your day. And then over time, it starts to open up and allow you to breathe better. So again, if you are an asthmatic or you know someone that isn't asthmatic, please trust and believe you me. That is not a good respiratory ailment to have. Okay, I don't wish it on anybody, because Lord knows I don't want to know what it's like to not be able to breathe or breathe, you're breathing to the point of like gasping for air. Okay, so if you know asthmatic or if you are asthmatic, make sure that if you are having any episodes, please by all means, get to an emergency room as soon as possible, or take your inhalers along with your nebulizers. Is what we typically use to put albuterol in. And the steroids, that's the side effect. Is it makes you feel shaky. The albuterol actually increases your heart rate too. So those are the little funky side effects. But you know what? I know at the end of the day, if there's a risk versus benefit, I'd rather shake. And I'd rather, feel like I'm on speed as long as I can breathe, okay? Wonder why you have to change yours, Auntie Nisi? But anyway, you can inbox me and tell me what that's about. So here are some other things that can help asthmatics and anyone that suffers with allergies. These are some things you can do on a daily basis, and you have to pretty much be committed to making this lifestyle change, okay? I'm not saying that it will never, ever, ever come back. What I am saying is that you can help curtail those symptoms and actually extend or prolong the lifespan of those exacerbations, okay? Yay, douchebergs. So again, like I said, I don't make medical claims with any of this. I'm just letting you know that it can help shorten its lifespan and also give you an extended amount of time in between, from one exacerbation to the next. So those are episodes. When I say exacerbations, those are your episodes when you have those flare-ups. So let me give you 5 things that you can do naturally, whether it's with food or with vitamins, to take while as an asthmatic and anyone who suffers with allergies, seasonal allergies. So we have vitamin C. Okay, vitamin C can be found in oranges and pineapples. And what I found by researching is that vitamin C, anyone that has asthma, if you are not taking enough, and the research actually shows that those who are at higher risk for wheezing and difficulty breathing have low intake of vitamin C. And so when you're having the allergy season come about, what we tend to do is tell people to increase the amount of vitamin C that you take on a daily basis. And so that's one of your vitamins that you would take during the day. And guess what? It can be found in our NutriBurst. Our NutriBurst provides you with about 200% of vitamin C, okay? And then guess what else is in the NutriBurst? Not just vitamin C, but the foods that have vitamin C, which includes our oranges, your pineapples. Those are all wrapped up, and lemons are also in here as well. Fresh lemon juice, oh yes. Another vitamin would include your vitamin D. Okay, so vitamin D is important with asthmatics and people with allergies, because if you are currently in the middle of an asthma episode, it helps to improve the lungs' response to those steroids like the prednisone, those bronchodilators. It helps to decrease the inflammation, okay? So if you're taking the albuterol or your prednisones, it helps with the, it helps with that inflammation as well. So it pretty much, increases the effectiveness of those steroids. And so what I found is that people who have adequate levels of vitamin D have less severe episodes if you happen to have one, and you're also less sensitive to the triggers from the allergies and what causes the asthma, okay? And vitamin D, yes, it does. That's the other benefit with vitamin D. It helps absorb the vitamin C. So guess what? You just got a 2-for-1 deal from the vitamin D and vitamin C, okay? And vitamin D, we actually have to ingest vitamin D, or we can go sit out in the sun because it is getting sunny. Okay, people, go in that sun for 10-20 minutes. I did not say roast and bake like a chicken. All I'm saying is that get adequate sunlight. If you are one of the people like myself, I was a night shift nurse, so vitamin D and taking it in was actually important for me during the day. So again, vitamin D, we also have that in our NutriBurst, which is 100%, okay, of your recommended dosing of vitamin D for your daily supplement. Another vitamin is vitamin E, okay? Vitamin E has found to have some evidence of anti-inflammatory properties. Once again, anti-inflammatories is the actual opposite of what happens in an asthmatic. Asthmatics, again, inflammation. Vitamin E helps to reverse that process. And vitamin E is also great with healthy immune system, which is what you need in allergy seasons, and also helps with the eyes and those beautiful skin tones, okay? So, couple that with vitamin D, vitamin C, vitamin E, put that all together, what a powerful combination. That vitamin E, ladies and gentlemen, can be found 100% in our NutriBurst, okay? One other thing, the fourth one, we call it magnesium, okay? Magnesium is a mineral that is necessary in your body. Now, magnesium is what helps with muscle contraction. Now, if you remember what I said about muscle contraction, that is this, during the day, the alveolar, everything is going like this, which helps, with the oxygenation. And what ends up happening is that muscle it more than likely contracts so hard that it further enhances what the inflammation process does. Okay, so you think about it, you're already like this inflamed. What ends up happening is that muscle does this even harder, okay? And so now you're talking about almost a little bitty hole that your airway is trying to squeeze out, okay? So muscle contraction further leads to wheezing and shortness of breath. So that is what asthmatics experience, okay? Magnesium, when you do take it, it has the potential to reduce the sensitivity to allergens that causes those asthma triggers, and it increases the effectiveness of the steroids if you are taking albuterol or a steroid, okay? So that is key, all right, magnesium. And for those who may also be taking magnesium, what is working hard to help you breathe? Yeah, exactly. So it's like a catch-22, okay? So this is one thing where I say it's so important. If you know someone who is experiencing an asthma episode, or you are yourself, if your inhaler and your nebulizers are not treating it within about, 3 or 4 rounds of treatment, and you're having to take it in less than 2 hours of the one before that, it's time to head to the doctor, okay, or the emergency room. And let's see, what happens is with magnesium, it also has the potential to also reduce the use of the albuterol, because once again, if it's not contracting, then the albuterol now has a chance to get down in there, and so do those steroids, okay? So those magnesiums can be found in foods such as dark leafy vegetables, seeds, fish, yoga, avocados, and we also do have in our NutriBurst, we do have the magnesium mineral, and also within that we have the those green leafy vegetables such as kale, spinach, and let me see what else. That's what I see so far. Okay, but those are those two that actually contain magnesium. Last but not least, we have quercetin. Many of you may not know what quercetin is, but quercetin helps with allergies, also helps with eczema. A lot of people suffer with eczema, and also those allergy episodes. You have to use it prior to any episode. Exactly. And so quercetin is an antioxidant as well. All right. So like my sister Latrice Burton, because she has been, faithful with that NutriBurst, and also in combination with our detox tea, ladies and gentlemen, she has been able to have, not have to take those asthma medications for over 6 months. Okay. And so quercetin can be found in apples, parsley, tea, broccoli, berries, okay, because berries contain a lot of antioxidants. Your dark berries, onions, garlic, I can go on and on. That is what quercetin, and believe it or not, ladies and gentlemen, quercetin, those particular items that I just read off to you, those apples, that parsley, that tea, that broccoli, is all wrapped up in those phytonutrients that are available in your fruits and your vegetables. And phytonutrient come from various plant forms. All right. So that is the information that I wanted to share with you, because I thought it was very important. We have a lot of people with allergies, asthma, bronchitis, eczema, but mostly those asthma and allergy flare-ups. Okay. And it took less than a week. Wow. Are you serious? That's real, less than a week. That's what I'm talking about. I wish I could take this in the hospital when I was working with pediatrics. Just say, okay, just sip it up. And I just wanted to share that information. If you felt like this information was worthy of a share, if you know anyone that suffers with these ailments, okay, I don't call anything a disease. I don't like to call things a disease, okay, but it does cause people to be uneasy. That's why what disease is, a dis-ease, okay? So, if you know anyone that is, suffering with allergies, with asthma, with eczema, but most importantly, those allergies, please make sure that you get them into a multivitamin, because multivitamins, and particularly what we have here with NutriBurst, it contains all of those vitamins, I'll call you back. The vitamins, the minerals, and those phytonutrients and fruits, that all of these vitamins, not only are they supplied as separate vitamins, but NutriBurst includes all of those food groups that are necessarily that they carry those particular vitamins that will help reduce your symptoms of allergies and asthma. Okay, so with that being said, you guys, please like, comment, and share. And it helps with pain management. Girl, I gotta find me another video for that. I just wanted to, share that information with you guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. Once again, like, comment, and share this on your page. And thank you so much. Tune in tomorrow because I got some information for those with diabetes and hypertension. All right, so if you want to get more information or you want to, go ahead and get your supply, you're always welcome to comment on this video, inbox me so we can go ahead and get that supplied over to you. All right, so take care, guys. Have an awesome and wonderful day.